He goes all the way back to Panorama, dressed all in purple. You know, just that long left back towards the imperious Haaland. Wins his knockdown. That's picked up by Nico O'Reilly in the left back position. Wins himself a throw in. Metch put him under a lot of pressure there. Straight away, needs going quite physical. Silva and Diaz exchange passes in the centre circle into Nico. Good pressure on Lee so far, putting on a little bit of pressure, which forces Diaz to look up and try and go long. Said he just pops the pass into Nico in midfield, who finds Guardiola on halfway, spins up far and wide out to Muniz, and with the Barnes position, brings it down well on his chest. Goes inside to Silva, slots it back into Muniz, into the area, cuts it across goal, and it's already in the back of the net. Man City take the lead with Phil Foden 1 minute in. It's a glorious move, sweeping from the back. Direct ball from Guardiola out to Muniz. He brought it down on his chest. Went inside to Silva, who played a lovely 1-2. Slotty it through the defence. And Muniz into the box on the right hand side, pulls it across, and is Phil Foden. He managed to jump and volley it home. In off the bar. And that is not the start that Leeds wanted. But after 1 minute of this game, Man City 1, Leeds 0. Muniz has cleared ball in. It's just swept home by Foden. It's a lovely move from Man City. It's poked home with his left foot in off the bar. Not a lot that Perry could do about that. And you've got to think Leeds' game plan is already under pressure. 1-0 down in the first minute. Phil Foden. But he's get us back underway. But City fighting hard to win that ball back. And James Justin just rolls it back to his keeper, dressed in orange. Finds Jay Radon, and these try and get the ball down and play. Under his force, they back to his keeper under pressure, and Perry goes long looking for Noto, but Diaz wins that header. A brief City though, and Leeds back in possession with Tanaka in his own half. Finds Gruev, he chips a nice pass into Amadou in space, but Leeds still in their own half, and Amadou looks to try and bring them forward. His ball down towards the right, before in his man, and Nico O'Reilly just picks the ball up off the sideline. Daniel Farker with a exasperated expression on the sideline. Donnarumma with the ball. Just finds Guardiola. He plays a neat triangles with O'Reilly and Reinders. Leeds really pressing hard with James, but good footwork by Guardiola. Takes it past two players up the line and wins himself a throw in, which he does to take barely. But Nico O'Reilly just takes off with him just to slow the play down. Throws it back to his keeper. He goes inside to Silva. And these are wanted back here high up the pitch, but can't quite make it work for Noto, and City manages to wrest it away. And Doku brings out the pitch and plays in Foden. He's running out towards goal. Foot in from Rodon to slow him down, but goes back to Doku. Twisting and turning on that side. Finds O'Reilly just outside the box on the left-hand side. He's forced to come back to Reinders. Reinders goes back out wide to O'Reilly, left-footed. It's been held up. Good defensive shape from Leeds, forcing City back, and now sort of 30 yards from goal with the goal scorer Foden. Comes all the way back to Diaz. Diaz pointing where he wants people to go, and Leeds just sitting in their shape. City play their way through with Doku out left, loves to coincide the foot in from Gruev, finds Ampadu, and Dan James does well to win himself a free kick. Running into Reinders, who has stayed down. Good footwork there from Dan James, just to borrow himself and his side a bit of respite. So before the game, up to stats were suggesting there was a 78% chance of a Man City win today. That's already gone up to 88%. 5 minutes in here, Man City leading 1-0. Leeds gets back underway with Perry in the goal. Plays that left footing out towards Justin, but Nunes gets there ahead of him. Leeds do recover it in their own path. Strout goes direct towards Metcha. City get their position back with Nunes. He spins away from Notto on halfway. Then Silva calmly goes back to Diaz, and City will recycle and start again. O'Reilly looking to stride forward into the late half. Finds Nico, and then he plays out to Doku, wide on the left-hand side. He's going to run at Bogle. Bogle just jockeying position. Does well to win Lee's possession back with Gruev. He'd find Justin on the left-hand side. This place to go into there, but just wanted to sit back. Justin chips out up the line towards Metcha. Diaz is headed where he find Ampadu, so Leeds still in possession. Just coming up to halfway, and Bogle on the right-hand side. He finds Tanaka. City just sitting in their shape and allowing Leeds to play currently. Now there's a bit of a press going on as Tanaka goes back to his keeper. Perry puts Joe Roden under a little bit of pressure with that pass, but Roden does well. Now City have won it back, coming up the pitch. Foden clips it in towards Silva. Silva can't get it under control. Warning signs for Leeds there. They're going to play out from the back. And he's been a lot more solid in possession than that. Noto wins himself a free kick deep in his own half. Leeds just struggling to get the ball up the pitch. To Lucas Metcha, their top goal scorer currently this season. Ampadu rolls the ball out right to Dogle. He chips into the channel. Ahead of him, but Guardiola's header finds neither did Saka. It's going to battle with him, and Leeds have won it back with Ampadu. And goes back to Roden on the halfway. Gruev picks that up. Plenty ahead of him, but chooses just to roll it back to his centre-back. Great football from Leeds, and has put James away on the right-hand side. Ball in towards the box. It's just behind Alonso. Foden can chip it away, but only as far as Ampadu. Leeds still in possession. Tanaka. And there's a foul on Bogle. Push in the back. So that was a good chance there. The first time at Leeds managed to play through the lines. Dan James is cut back just behind Alonso. A good opportunity for Leeds coming here as they have a free kick. 8 minutes gone here at the Etihad. Man City 1, Leeds 0. Free kick about 30 yards from goal on the right touchline thereabouts. And it's Altanaka that's starting over it. Plenty of these players committed forwards. Man City camps on the edge of the area. Trying quite a high line here. Tanaka left arm raised. That ball in towards the back post, and Torres grab is not quite cleared. Roden beside him. Nonso on the edge of the area, comes inside. Can only go back to Bogle, who's the furthest player back for Leeds. He flips it left for Dan James, who's stayed out on this left-hand side, so it's a free kick. Goes into Nonso, gives it back to James as they're running towards the box. There's 1-2, doesn't quite work out. City back in possession. Leeds steal it back with Nonso. Still in a very advanced position. Tries to put a left-footed cross in. That's cleared away. Bernardo Silva then twist and turn and find Nico O'Reilly. He wins himself a free kick. Bit of a late challenge in there from Ampadu. He was pressing high. But as much desperate for Leeds in the last few minutes. So game plan almost torn apart after 60 seconds when Phil Foden put Man City ahead. City back in possession then with deep in their own half. Diaz finds Nunes, who played an important part in that first goal in this right back position. Goes inside to Doku, who has had the ball stolen away from him well by Ampadu, battling away in the midfield. Leeds have it with Roden and Bogle just coming out to halfway. He plays a great ball down towards Metcha on the right flank. A good foot in there from Guardiola. And actually the assistant's flag has gone up anyway, so Lucas Metcher would have been offside. Leeds having a little bit of joy down that right-hand side. So Nico O'Reilly playing in that left-back position. It's been quite advanced for City so far. City with Reinders in his own half, just creeping forward, and goes over halfway. Tanaka trying to go with him. Goes outside to O'Reilly. Comes back to Reinders from Dofku. City just playing some small triangles in midfield, trying to draw Leeds out. Plenty Membo in the ball currently. Goal scorer Foden just goes back to Diaz as the City resets. Diaz creeping forward, finds Foden now on the right hand side. Goes third and right to Nunes. He goes back to the centre back, and actually Nunes has been flagged offside there, which really amateur situation. They're looking right over the line, and quite frankly, Guardiola is furious with him. The Leeds have the ball back with Perry. He's going to send that long up towards Metcher. Does win the first flick down. It's cleared away by City, and Reinders has it on halfway. Goes past Bogle and can drive into the Leeds half. Tries to play a ball through to Haaland, but Stroud will let that roll all the way through to his keeper. Leeds have kept Erling Haaland pretty quiet in the first 12 minutes here. But do find themselves a goal down at the Etihad. Rodon plays a nice ball to Tanaka. He spins and then tries to play Dan James. He could be away here on the right hand side. Donnarumma was quick to it. And again, Dan James just going to slightly too early as the assistant's flag is raised. Much to his frustration. But we'll say it again, down the right hand side. Looks good for Leeds currently. Donnarumma then just rolls the ball with his foot. And again, just almost waiting for Leeds to commit some players. Donnarumma chooses to go short of Foden, who's been trapped. Quite late there. Quite disgruntled still Foden. Forever a bit late on him. City gets underway again with Diaz. Bernardo Silva is almost the thirdest player back, dropping in. Silva then brings the ball forward up towards halfway, just jinking his run as he always does. Finds himself going back to Diaz and Guardiola. Guardiola finds O'Reilly on the left side. He comes back to his centre backs again. Leeds just pressing a little bit higher, forces City to go back again. Diaz and Guardiola just sharing passes, trying to draw Leeds out as best they can. Still in their own half, apparently, Man City. Happy just to wait and be patient. Silva drops in. His turn just to eke forward with the ball up towards halfway. Just finds himself in the centre circle at the moment. No Leeds players committing. Silva plays a nice ball out wide to Nico O'Reilly. He's in a little bit of space on that left-hand side. He dribbles in. City about 40 yards from goal now with Reinders. He goes to Silva. Silva comes back out right now to Matheus Nunes. He's back to Silva, and Man City just happy to sort of sit and play this chess-like game at the moment. Nico in the centre finds Reinders. He's happy just to float around that midfield. Nunes back to Silva, a little bit more intensity in the pass now with Doku. Doku looking towards the edge of the area, but has been kicked away by Tanaka. And Metcher is deep inside his own half now, trying to wriggle away and get Leeds out of this. He plays it to Noto, who is deemed to have fouled Reinders. And Woody Noto points himself saying, me? Kid didn't agree with that decision. There's going to be a pretty dangerous free kick here for Man City. And look at the replays. A little bit of a nasty one from Woody Noto. Don't think he meant it. But his studs have ended up going into the side of Tijani Reinders' right leg. Just having a bit of a chat, the referee there. So there's nothing malicious in it, but a little bit nasty. with 15 minutes in here. Man City 1, Leeds 0. Dangerous free kick for City out on the right hand side. One on the touchline. It's Ryan just going to deliver that into a good space, headed away, back in by Silva, and then Leeds have won themselves a free kick. Brave header from Mecha, who got a high foot in there for his troubles. That now will relieve a little bit of pressure to Leeds. Phil Foden's goal on 1 minute. The difference between the sides currently. Good assist from Vitesse Nunez. Foden just managed to control that home off the top of the bar and in. And so a perfect start for Man City. Other than that, not too many chances being given away by Leeds. 16 minutes gone. City back in possession with Nunez and Foden. Just plucking it around the defence. Guardiola just comes forward, left-footed, plays it out towards Doku this time. Right on the touchline, he's going to run at James. Plays that ball in towards Foden. He made a great run. He's just slightly too far ahead of him. And he couldn't gather it. And Perry gets us underway quickly with Justin. He plays that ball out right towards Dan James. Does it bounce over him? He's doing a run behind O'Reilly here. Not a lot of support with him. James Philly don't have to win a free kick, but nothing given by the referee. And City come away with the ball in their own half. It's Nico, who finds Diaz, who goes direct to Haaland. He's had to come really deep. We'll get him with the ball currently. Erling Haaland, the Premier League top scorer. Nunez in the right back position, just happy to go back to his centre back Diaz, who finds Donnarumma and Guardiola. Again, this passable play, quite familiar already. 17 minutes in, with Leeds happy just to let City knock it around the back at the moment. Bernardo Silva at his own half, just creeping forward towards halfway. He goes out right to Nunez. Goes back to Silva. City now halfway into the Leeds half. Nunez down right, goes inside to Diaz. He finds Reinders, who's dropped quite deep. Guardiola spins out left towards Doku, level with the edge of the area, right-footed. Like he was going to put across the dummies. It does put him across now towards Holland to the back post. There's a good header by Pascal Strike, and now be behind for a corner. And the assistant has changed his mind there, and it will be a goal kick. So good defending there from Pascal Strike. Just manages to get ahead Haaland, and his flicked header is deemed to come off Erling Haaland last. So goal kick for Leeds rather than that corner, which was initially signalled. Leeds have gone long from the kick, has gone all the way through to Donnarumma, and City will start again. Reinders plays direct into O'Reilly. He then just spins it left to Guardiola. Leeds make sure they manage to get themselves back in to their shape. Every outfield player in the Leeds half currently, with Nico central. Finds Reinders. He goes left to Doku again, right on the touchline. They run it. Dan James goes past and plays a nice ball into O'Reilly. He pulls it across the field. It's a great block. Not quite cleared. And Nico's shot takes a deflection off Bruev and is behind for a corner. That looked like it was going to be a certain goal for Phil Foden, almost doubling his account this afternoon. But it's an excellent block in there from James Justin. And in the second block off Bruev, bodies on the line defending from Leeds. And it'll be behind for a corner. Good movement from Man City. But you do have to admire the block in there from James Justin, stopping a certain goal. Still Foden then with the corner. In swinger. Gone nice and deep, all the way through to Guardiola. He got the first touch, but can only send it over the bar. 20 minutes gone here, the Etihad. Man City 1, Leeds 0. Phil Foden's first minute strike. The difference, City just having their best chance of the game since that goal. And a bit of a warning sign for Leeds as Perry sends that long towards Metcha. But again, both first and second contacts are Man City. And Guardiola can bring it into the Leeds half as he goes into Erling Haaland. He's wrestling with strike and he finds Doku, who cuts inside. These mansions get players back. City have it quite central with Diaz, who sends it right to Bernardo Silva. He's hugging the touchline. Silva goes back to Diaz. He puts the ball in towards Haaland. Roda lets it go over him. And Bogle will try and clear it. There's been nicked away. Reinders still has it pretty central now. Back to Doku. He's coming across goal. His pass is intercepted by Winnie Nonso. And Lee still can't get out. Nunes goes to Silva. Clips it down the line for Doku on the right this time. He goes towards the byline. Puts that crossing towards Haaland. He can only head it out. Back towards Diaz. He's going to shoot from distance. Scored in his last league game. And that one will not trouble Perry in the goal. Well wide. Jeremy Doku now just floating around, coming out right to cause more issues. As we see Alfie Inga Haaland on screen. Ex-Leeds, of course. His son now top goal scorer in the Premier League with 14 this season. Yet to have an opportunity this afternoon, though. Leeds go long from the kick and Diaz wins the header over the Metcha. Not over halfway, it's bouncing and a bit scruffy there. Strunk wins his header on Haaland. That's going to break out left and Doku's in a sprint after it. Just inside the Leeds half, picks it up. Doku goes down the line looking for O'Reilly. Is there a run to try and keep it in? He does. The Roden can cut that out and pays it to Bogle and chips it long for Metcha to chase. But Diaz is going to win that race all day. Neil just knock it back to his keeper, Donnarumma, who's yet to make a save. He knocks it short to 1-0. He's going to bring it forward and goes into midfield to Nito. Silva at his own half, picks the ball up again. Just recycles that back to his centre back. Guardiola is going to bring it forward on the left hand side as well. Very low tempo currently for Man City. Silva then over halfway looks to increase that tempo. He's back to halfway again with Guardiola, but City creeping forward. Guardiola plays a long diagonal ball out towards Nunes. He takes that down well. Memento for Conte. It's a very good tackle, and that'll be out for another corner. Winnie Nonso doing his defensive duties well there. Phil Foden then coming over to this right hand side to take another in-swinging corner. Plenty of players in and around the 6-yard area, making it difficult for Lucas Perry. In comes that ball delivered. There's a free header of the boat, but skewed by Guardiola, but it's fallen to Foden, who's had a great strike. That's a very good save from Lucas Perry. He's tipped that over, so it'll be a corner on the other side. But outstanding work from the Leeds keeper. Guardiola's header just fell for Foden. It wasn't meant to go there. Foden's running onto it, left-footed. Excellent strike, and it's a fantastic right-handed save from Lucas Perry to keep it at 1-0. One from the other side comes in, it's scrambled in. It's a goal, it's Josko Guardiola, it's 2-0 Man City. And Lucas Perry's hard work with that great save to turn it behind for a corner has been undone. It's an in-swinging corner right on top of the keeper. It's been scrambled in by Josko Guardiola. Man City double their lead. 2-0 at the Etihad. Ball in from Reinders. And it's a scramble with O'Reilly, managing to get it just ahead of the keeper. It's just fallen at the feet of Guardiola. He just poked home from 2 yards out. Lucas Perry sat on the deck with his arms in the air. Feels he was impeded, but to me, it doesn't look like it. He might be one of those ones where there's so many players around him that it might have been his own player that's blocked him. Still he protests. But it'll be checked by VAR. But to me, it doesn't look like anything wrong with that goal. And after 25 minutes, Man City double their lead. Just like they are checking for a possible offside from the initial knockdown. But again, not overly sure. There is a Man City player right in front of Lucas Perry, so whether they feel that he is impeding him there, hopefully one of these ones that won't take too long. The referee is talking to Ethan Ampadu. Looks like it's Bernardo Silva who's just in front of Lucas Perry there, and Numerous leading into him. Bit of a tricky one here for Stockley Park. Plenty of players around the keeper. As we await confirmation to see if Man City will be 2 goals to the good. If it does count, it will be Guardiola's first goal of the season in the Premier League. Still, we wait. Leeds captain Ethan Ampadu in constant dialogue with today's referee. And looks like we're hopefully about to get a decision. And that decision is a goal. It's 2-0. Took an awful long time. But Peter Banks signals to the centre circle. 2-0 Man City. Josper Guardiola doubling their lead. And from a set page, Leeds will be disappointed with that. Could be a long afternoon now for this Leeds United side. City in pretty good home form. Winning 5 of their 6 so far this season. Only Tottenham coming to the Etihad and taking away any points. 3 points earlier in the season. Leeds then in possession with Mitchell out on the left-hand side in Man City's half. He's forced to go back to Justin. He's trying to go forward. And he wins himself a free kick off of Sil Foden. The next goal in this game is absolutely vital for Leeds United. Leeds in possession then with Perry, the goalkeeper. So he's a couple of touches and looks up and he's going to kick out left towards James Justin. Leeds still trying to play football in their own half, and Monto's had it stolen off of him. But Nico unfairly won that ball, according to the referee. Leeds have a free kick in the left back position. Justin then trips it into his centre back. Roden, Welsh international, goes back to his keeper. Man City really happy just to let Leeds have the ball at the back now. Perry goes left to Roden. His ball down on the right. Has gone out of play. And leaves us looking all out of sorts currently. Difficult to come to EtihadStadium City in good form before the last two blitz. But after half an hour, City 100% being the stronger side here. Diaz finds Nunez on the right-hand side. He keeps into Foden with some good footwork. But Brerev does well to win that back with a strong tackle. And it's at the feet of Justin, and Ampadu goes back to Stroud. And again goes back to his keeper. Harry on the centre of his area. Just rolls the ball up to the edge. And chips that long and out left towards Mecha. But Nunez wins his header. And the ball is in the centre now. Both sides battling away, and it's Man City trying to coming out with it. But Brerev and Justin do well to take it off of Haaland. Roding those back to Ampadu. He then flips that long and right towards James. He's going to try and get in behind. Guardiola is battling away with it. Nonso goes left towards Mecha in the area and shoots left-footed. And that is over the bar for a goal kick. It's the first venture when Mecha's had really into that penalty area. Great ball from Ampadu again down the right. And Dunjanger's pace is worrying Man City. He did well to battle Guardiola. And then Nonso plays it left to Mecha. And his left-footed shot, harmless in the end. But Leeds showing that they can make chances here. Mecha well closed down in the end. City then with Diaz. Chipping that forward. Ampadu wins that to Tanaka. Foden's back and takes it off of him. And Man City can start to come forward. O'Reilly on halfway. O'Reilly goes inside to Foden. He just plays a couple of passes with Nico under no pressure whatsoever here at Man City. He's just everyone behind the ball. Silva takes it upon himself around a good 30 yards here out towards the right and chops back for Diaz and Nico. City just happy to play some football just inside the Leeds half. Diaz again, big touch and goes forward. He's allowed to come now about 30 yards from goal. Goes right towards Silva. He finds Nunez. He gives it back to him. Nunez on the edge of the area. Goes back to Silva. Inside to Reinders, who good football goes past Tanaka, but Ampadu closes him down. And Leeds can try and get away yet with Tanaka. Finds Nonso, who goes back to James Justin. He's in a big diagonal out towards Dan James, but that's going to roll all the way through to Donnarumma. Slight glimmer of a chance there for Leeds to try and break. Didn't quite fall to them. Diaz on halfway is going to send that diagonal out left towards Nico O'Reilly. Great touch around the touchline. Just outside, here's the area. His cross hits James, but it bounces back to Nico in the City midfield. He goes left to Doku, who's going to try and take on his man. Finds O'Reilly outside him. All very slow from Man City currently. Doku just goes back to Reinders. City now playing across the midfield. All the way across to Silva right on this right-hand side. He's going to run at Nonso, who gets a tackle in. And it'll be out for another Man City corner. Scoring from the last one. Leeds will be keen to defend this one better. This time on the right-hand side. It's their fourth corner of the afternoon. Phil Foden, right arm in the air. Plenty of players surrounding the keeper once again. In comes the cross. Well dealt with by Roden. All the way out to Minders. He goes back to Foden, who just rolls out of his feet and tries to play that right-footed in towards Guardiola. Lays it back for Reinders to shoot. He's gone over the bar, but well struck. Perry putting in the big dive away to his right, but I think it was always going wide. It's much closer than I thought, but it's a great hit from Johnny Reinders. And that's almost a bit of deflection off the Leeds man, but goal kick is the decision. Which Perry sends long up towards Mecha. He's sort of battled away with Diaz, and Diaz wins his header into Foden in the centre circle. He goes back to Nunes. This familiar pattern of City just using their centre backs to roll the ball across the pitch. Reinders on halfway, goes forward to Nico. He'll find Bernardo Silva, still in the centre circle, rolling his left foot across it as he dribbles forwards. Finds Nico just behind him. Again, Leeds with plenty of players back, trying to make life difficult for City. Might be saying Man City just happy to move that ball left and right, trying to draw Leeds out. O'Reilly then. Centre turns to come inside and finds Diaz, and Diaz is going to stride forward. Finds himself about 40 yards from Dell. Still with Diaz. He goes right to Nunes. Back inside to Nico, who finds Silva on this right hand side. Not much movement ahead of him, so he just shifts it back to Diaz and O'Reilly on halfway. Back with Diaz, has seen plenty of the ball. Reinders finds Nunes on the right hand side at Leeds, again just forcing City back onto halfway. Nico looks up, comes forwards, trying to go past Gruev, which he does. He then goes right to Bernardo Silva. She just shots back left-footed to Nunes. He goes away from Mecha. Goes back to Ruben Diaz, who's pretty big advanced now. Diaz's pass has been stolen from Leeds. Monzo tries to get himself out, but wins himself a free kick off of Nico. It's a little bit of a nasty coming together there between the two players. But Non's already back up to his feet. Did well just to steal in there. A bit of a short pass towards Nico. There's some good footwork from Winnie Nonso. Buys Leeds a free kick in their own half. 37 minutes gone here in the EtihadStadium. Man City 2, Leeds 0 currently. Ball is with Roden. He looks to send that into midfield, but lucky James Justin recovers a poor pass. Who's back to Nonso? He's clipped by Bernardo Silva, cutting a very frustrated figure with Nonso at the moment. So Stroud stand over the free kick. Leeds still in their own half. Stroud will send that forwards left-footed, but already picked up by Nico in midfield, and City can try and build an attack again with Foden. First goal scorer on halfway. Finds Diaz, he goes forward to Silva. Bit of space in front of him, but chooses not to go into it. City will build again with Nico very central. It's back to Bernardo Silva. Silva's just going to float into central area, then finds Reinders and O'Reilly, who's well advanced. But again, City not really going anywhere currently inside the Leeds half. Foden, 30 yards from goal, plays the ball down to Nunes. He's got to the byline, tips that ball in. It's clear by Stroud. And Gruev can get it clear with Nonso, who does well to play nice triangles with Tanaka. Leeds are away here. Ampadu over halfway, goes back out left to Nonso, clips it back down the channel. Ampadu running down. Ampadu finds it on the left-hand side, just comes back towards Nonso. Leeds about 25 yards from goal. Roden steps into midfield and he finds Bogle on the right-hand side, clips the ball in towards Tanaka, and is just ahead of him. And Donnarumma can just come and claim it. He rolls out quickly to Doku. He finds Erling Haaland. He's happy just to knock that back to second goal scorer Guardiola. And every player on the pitch currently walking. It's incredibly slow tempo as we creep towards half-time. 40 minutes gone at the EtihadStadium. 2-0. City lead. There's that long ball down towards O'Reilly. Goes over the man. And it'll be a defensive throw-in the right back position for Leeds. As you not following any of the other games. The other game in the Premier League with goals currently is Sunderland 1, Bournemouth 2. So, good half up there. As we were just seeing the decision for the second goal that Guardiola was well onside. Considering VAR were more looking at whether Bernardo Silva was interfering with the goalkeeper, but he was adjudged to the OK. Perry sends that long, but there's no one there. Diaz can just take that down with his chest. Leeds didn't settle back in as Man City had the ball with O'Reilly in the left back position, and then knocked right across to Ruben Diaz. Diaz comes forward and finds Foden under a little bit of pressure, so he knocks it into Nico in midfield. Reinders goes to Diaz, who's come forward, finds Nunes level with the edge of the area. Goes back to Foden into the area. He's going to swing out left towards Doku. Bit behind Doku, so he just takes it down and finds Nico, who goes inside to Reinders, very central, trying to come forward under a bit of pressure from Mecha. And that is in the back, and the referee's given that as a free kick. Dangerous position for Man City. Because Mecha just leaning on his man from behind. And there's a clear foul. Which is a bit of a shame for Leeds, because I'm not sure Reinders would have recovered his touch. It was a bit heavy, and Ampadu looked like he was about to sweep it away. This will be a free kick from City, about 35 yards out, just right of centre. We've got a few players around it. Foden is one that's interested, Silva another, Diaz and Reinders. And you've heard O'Reilly coming to join the conversation now, but if you are sneaking away, it's looking like it probably will be Phil Foden, 4-man wall for Leeds. Reinders and Foden, the two that are left over the ball. Reinders has stepped out as the right footer. Foden the left footer. Bernardo Silva just snuffed away on the right hand side, unmarked, just on the edge of the area. It's going to be right as he strikes it into the wall. And Noto can do his best to run it up and away. But Foden wins it back. And Leeds can't get out of their own half. O'Reilly then, just outside the centre circle. Finds Nico. Hitting there to left to Doku, O'Reilly outside him. Doku's going to try and run at Bogle, but decides just to go inside. City happy just to play nice and patient with Reinders. He finds Doku with plenty of space just on the edge of the area. Sprints and plays it in towards Haaland. Has not been cleared as Silva shoots. Good block. And it's away for now. Foden has it on the right hand side, another good opportunity for City. Foden swings that ball in, head away by Strauch, and is struck on the edge of the area by Nico, and his foot away as a keeper decided not to use his hands, must have seen it late. The City banging on the door. Silva puts another ball in towards Haaland. It's not fallen for him, it's fallen for Reinders, and that's been put wide. I think that's taken another deflection. Leeds, by the skin of their teeth, survive. 3 good opportunities there for Man City. There's a good block in the end by Strauch to put that behind for a corner. Reinders with his head in his hand, struck it really well. Foden then another corner, both arms in the air this time. Another in swing up, plenty of bodies inside the box. Was in deep towards Diaz, but headed behind by Justin for another corner. Plenty of pressure late in the half here as we tick towards half time. Reinders coming over to take this corner from the far side. So it'll be another right footed in swing up just to put even more pressure, both arms in the air from Reinders as he steps up to deliver. trying to head it away, but only leaves up in the area. Guardiola is about to Foden on the edge. He tips it back in towards Haaland. That's going to go through everyone. Haaland just throws his arms up the air in frustration. As we are about to find out from the fourth official how many minutes will be added on. It is 3. It's the VAR decision taking a little bit of time. But Man City, the dominant force in this first half. Couple of really good chances in the last few moments. Some good blocks again from Leeds, particularly Pascal Stroud. Perry gets us back in the way with a goal kick. 2.5 minutes to go till half time. Foden wins the header, but Ampadu can return it into the City area. Leeds can't quite get it down in possession, and Silva can cook it away. But only to just it on halfway. He finds Ampadu, goes back to his keeper, and Leeds would try and play out from the back with Rodon under pressure. Good pass into Tanaka. With his pass out towards Bale goes astray, and City will have an attacking throw-in halfway inside Leeds half. They'll be looking to try and make one more chance before half-time if they can. O'Reilly finds Diaz in the centre circle. He goes up to Nunes. He finds Foden just on the edge of the area. Plenty of Leeds players around him. So Foden goes back to O'Reilly towards the left. Reinders takes over. 10 funds. Diaz is pretty advanced into the Leeds half now. The centre back. There's a nice ball in towards Foden, who flicks it to Silva, but Silva forcing it all the way back again. Diaz to his left this time on the diagonal towards Doku. Dan James back, can only head it away for a corner. So there'll be one last set piece for Leeds to defend in this first half. Short to Doku this time. Doku goes out to the edge of the area where you'll find Nico. Nico goes back to Doku on the left. Toy with his defender, then goes back to Reinders. And he fakes to put it across and goes back to Doku, who does swing in this side. And it's headed by Nico O'Reilly. And it's come off his shoulder in the end. And that was a dangerous opportunity. It fell just in the hands of Perry eventually. But O'Reilly just stood there with no one around him. He's headed onto his own shoulder. It's just looped up into the hands of the keeper. And that could have very easily been 3-0 just before half-time. And the referee does blow for half-time here at the EtihadStadium, where Man City find themselves 2 goals to the goods. The goal in the first minute from Phil Foden, left-footed, sweeping it home from a Mateus Nunes corner, and from Mateus Nunes cross to put it home. And then after a corner not being dealt with by Leeds in the 25th minute, Justo Guardiola was the man to poke that home and double their leads. Leeds not really threatening in that first half. We do have some attacking players on the bench to try and chase things up in the second half if needed. But City definitely coming on strong towards the back end of that first half. And there's some good blocks from the Leeds defence to stop goals of maybe 3 and 4 even going in. But as we go to half-time, Man City 2, Leeds 0. welcome. Welcome back to the EtihadStadium, where Man City lead 2-0 against Leeds United. Goals in the first half, and Foden and Guardiola. And Leeds have made 2 substitutions at half-time, with Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Yeppe Biol coming on for Dan James and Rudy Nonso. And Leeds get us underway. Looks like a bit of a change of shape essentially for Leeds, with Calvert-Lewin going up to join ex-Man City youth player Lucas Mecha. Biol and his first touch and coming on, playing central in one looks like it about 3 now for Leeds. Strand goes forward, and already City have won it high up, and Haaland on the right hand side looks to cut in, but his touch eludes him, and that'll be a goal kick for Leeds. And not the start they wanted. The pass towards Grev really didn't get anywhere near it, but the new man stuck to Haaland well. Haaland obviously quiet in the first half. And Leeds will need to keep it that way if they can get back into this game. Keeper sends the ball on, and Snap wins a head out towards Mecha. He finds James Justin on the left hand side. He goes past Foden and wins a free kick. Feigned arms outstretched, didn't feel that there was enough contact to send him down. But there's an opportunity early on in this second half for Leeds to put this ball into the Man City area. Dominic Calvert-Lewin coming on at half-time to join the attack. Only 1 goal to his name currently in the lead. He'll be looking to improve on that figure. Grev then left-footed, swings that deep into the area. Donnarumma comes and flaps at it. It's been turned towards goal and then flipped away. City managing to scramble it clear and win themselves a free kick. Donnarumma came out one-handed and didn't get enough on it. It's down to the Leeds played, hooked it towards goal and was on target. Good deep ball in high from Grev, and keeper didn't deal with it. It was Ampadu that turned it towards goal. Luckily for City, a couple of players there to block it, with the keeper nowhere to be seen. So, good opportunity for Leeds from the set piece. City then look to play out and go through the Leeds press, and Leeds manages to win it back on halfway. Ampadu with some good footwork wins a free kick off the docky, right in front of the dugouts. Free kick from Biol, which is sent back to Luca Perry. He finds Ampadu in plenty of space on the edge of his own area. He just turns forward and plays a more direct ball into Mecha. He's dropped deep, he turns it out to Gruev. Leeds not able to get out of their own half currently. Biol goes forward and finds Tanaka on halfway. Both are outside him and tips that forward looking for Mecha to run onto, but Nunes hooks that away that Leeds win it high up again. And here is Dominic Calvert-Lewin just spinning away and turns it in. Dominic Calvert-Lewin at the goal back for Leeds. Bit of a scrappy one in the end, but some good hard work from the front man who's just come on at half time. Ball just fell for him, he managed to plunk it home. And Leeds have one back here at the Etihad. Man City 2, Leeds 1. All came from a long ball from Bogle that wasn't really dealt with by Man City, and Nunes just tried to send it forward, and Tanaka got there first. And he played the ball in towards Cavalieri. He tried to spin it away. It looked like the chance had done. And Man City didn't deal with it. And it's a simple finish in the end. And an absolute lifeline for Leeds. Cavalieri poking home from 7 yards out. After a mix-up between Nunez and Guardiola. And Donnarumma couldn't do anything about it. And the half-time substitute has made the difference. 15 minutes gone. We've got a game on here. Man City 2, Leeds 1. What an introduction from Calvert-Lewin. And his second league goal of the season. But he's given his side a good footing now. Man City have it with Guardiola, and we'll probably see a bit of tempo injected into them now. Leeds definitely looking more confident in his second half. All over the backs of Man City. And needs his first shot on target, going in the back of the net. There's Leeds fans behind that a goal, giving something to cheer. They'll be hoping for another opportunity soon. O'Reilly then with the throw for Man City on the left-hand side. Flicks out towards Haaland. His pass goes back to halfway, and Foden will recycle that to Nunez, who made a bit of a hash of that goal for Leeds. City forced all the way back to Donnarumma, whose pass to Guardiola has gone out of play, and Leeds have really rocked Man City here. Being attacking throw-in on this right-hand side, which Ethan Ampadu is coming over to take. It's going to be the first long throw of the afternoon, as Ampadu wipes that ball on his sleeves and his chest. Five players forward for Leeds as Ampadu comes forward and sends it in long towards Calvert-Lewin. The first header is Man City, as then flicked away in the air by Silva. Bogan halfway sends it back in towards the box, but City can deal with it and try and get their foot on the ball and get a bit of possession. But Tanaka's battled away and won it off of Foden. And Leeds, impressive second half continues. 7 minutes gone in the second half. Man City 2, Leeds 1. But whatever's been said by Daniel Farker at half-time has worked. And this change of shape causing Man City a few issues to start with. Beal comes forward from centre-back. Defines Ampadu just inside his own half. He goes left to Gruev, who spins it left again out to Justin. He's halfway inside City half. Forced to come back to Gruev and Ampadu. Ampadu just takes his time and rolls out to the right to Beal. He gives it back to his captain. Ampadu still in possession. Goes left to Stroud. He finds Justin at the line, but Justin again just comes back inside to Ampadu. Ampadu and Beal decide that back to the keeper is the best way here. Keeper goes back to Beal, who sends that long outright towards Bogle to try and run onto the foot race with Guardiola. Guardiola wins it, but does well to knock it back to Donnarumma. He then sends it up towards Doku. Rodon forcing him backwards. City now do have possession with Nunez on the right-hand side. Coming forward towards halfway. Just chops back inside to Bernardo Silva, who sends that left to second goal scorer Guardiola. He finds Reinders. City just creepy inside the Leeds half now. Very central. Finds Foden. He tries to nutmeg Stroud, but Leeds get the ball back with Justin. He sends it long up to Calvert-Lewin. He spins away from Nunez and is away on the left-hand side. Nunez coming back at him, and that is a free kick for Leeds in a very dangerous position. Left side of the area. Calvert-Lewin did brilliant to get away from his man, and then Nunes was just to led into him. A very attacking free kick. Man City feeling quite aggrieved, felt that was a bit of shoulder to shoulder. But Peter Banks gives the free kick and also a yellow card to Matheus Nunes. "65 minutes gone here. Man City 2, Leeds 1. Gruez over the ball again. 25 yards from goal, in line with the edge of the area on the left-hand side. Leeds shooting towards the away support. Already got one in this second half. They'll be looking for the equaliser. Gruev, left arm in the air, steps forward, swings that in towards Roden. But Roden's header just flicks up in the air and Donnarumma can clear it away. And now Doku can break. Doku goes down under Joe Roden's challenge. The referee gives nothing and Joe Roden tells Doku to get up. Doku definitely going down too easy there. City definitely on the back foot here. The first 10 minutes of this second half. Diol chips that forward again for Metcher this time to find it on the right hand side. Just holds it up and then unfortunately loses out to Guardiola. You can steam forward. Guardiola still going into the Leeds half. Tuck it up in support. Tries to pour in there. Foden on the right hand side, but Leeds are all back. Stroud does really well to win a free kick off of Phil Foden. This game has gone almost polar opposites to the first half, end to end, and all credit to Leeds. They've changed it up and making things difficult as Bernardo Silva is the second player to be cautioned. And looks like his full descent. Not happy with a couple of decisions that referee Peter Banks has given. So both Nunes and Silva into the referee's note, but City definitely not having it their own way in this second half. As Donnarumma goes down and calls on the physio, just gives Guardiola an opportunity to get his players over. Do appear to be seeing this more and more in football these days, with keepers going down. Nans Guardiola's got his tank to his ball now. The whole of the Man City players around him. But job to do for Man City. They do currently lead 2-1. And Leeds have been impressive in this second half. Ethan Ampadu over with the referee, asking him what's going on. As the Man City physios attend the right leg of Gianluigi Donnarumma, and he's back on his feet. In the meantime, Joe Roden has also been yellow carded for Leeds. Probably also for a little bit of dissent. So, all players back on the pitch. Peter Bones with ball in hand. Schulfane just signaling to the City fans on the right hand side that he needs their support. Leeds are definitely on top here in this second half. We're back underway. Strunk just knocks that ball back to Lucas Perry. The Leeds goal. He sends it long towards Calvert-Lewin, but Riley does well to win his header. And City do their best to get that ball down. It's a bit of a midfield battle between Ampadu and Reinders as Ampadu comes away with it. Justin then sends that long towards Metcher. Diaz can just step in and knock that back to his keeper and puts it into space with Foden. and then goes towards Silva on the outside, but Grove sticks to his task and wins the ball back for Leeds. Rodin just inside his own half, finds Tanafka. Goes out right towards Bogle. City do win the ball, but it's broken free again, and Perry can send that long, but only finds Nico on halfway. Nico goes through two players, and Bogle just steps across him, and that'll be a bit of a sore one for Nico Gonzalez, but a free kick for Leeds just outside, for Man City just outside the centre circle. Nico up and walking away, but it's a bit of an uncomfortable one for him. He's still sensible left to Doku. He's going to try and run at Bogle, but Doku just decides to step back and give it back to Guardel, who finds Diaz, and then Nunes on the right-hand side now with Silva. Goes inside to Nico, who finds Riley has come quite inverted in the second half. Dealt out left to Doku, trying to isolate Bogle, run at him and look towards the penalty area that Bogle does really well, and then Tanaka hooks it away, and Leeds can try and get themselves up the pitch, and they win themselves a throw-in on halfway, because Guardiola couldn't keep that ball in play. 61 minutes gone at the EtihadStadium. Man City 2, Leeds 1. As we see pictures of the Man City bench. Nunes finds Silva. He goes back to Diaz just beside the Man City half. Leeds just holding a little bit of a high line noticeably in this second half, just limiting the spaces where City can play. Diaz just rolls over the ball a couple of times and gives it to Silva, still in his own half. Silva finds Nico, who finds Nunes on the right hand side, still on halfway. Needs happy just to sit and make life difficult at the moment. City not really got going in the second half. Foden gets himself on the board on the right hand side, drifting in towards the middle, but now he's back out right to Bernardo Silva. There's a 1-2 with Nunes. Silva's chance to come forward, he goes past Gruev into Foden, but Leeds do well to force him back. Guardiola down, leaves the centre circle and comes forward, finds Doku on the left hand side, now level with the edge of the Leeds area. Goes on the outside and puts that ball in towards the back post, but it's going to drift all the way through to Silva. He goes back to Foden, who plays a nice reverse ball in, looking for Reinders, but Gruev gets that clear. City come again with Foden, 30 yards from goal. Plays a ball into Reinders. He goes right to Bernardo Silva. Silva just level with the edge area now. Finds Reinders in the box. His shot is blocked. Only out to Nico, who follows Doku on the left-hand side, just outside the area. Trying to run at Bogle. Bogle does really well again, just to get that ball away. And Leeds can try and get up the pitch here with Mecha, who then plays a nice back heel off of Nico right to his side, throw-in. Absolute chalk and cheese performance in this second half from Leeds. They've been exceptional in this second half, really making a game of it. As James Justin is now the man sat down, as referee Peter Banks calls for the physio. Parker just patrolling the touchline, hands in pockets. Has to be happy with what we see in this second half, as he just has a quick chat with Jayden Bogle, who so far has kept Jeremy Doku very quiet. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's second half goal and Leeds back in this game. Only Man City 2, Leeds 1, 64 minutes gone. As we have a brief interruption for James Justin. As we see the goal again, it just wasn't dealt with by Nunez and Guardiola, and Calvert-Lewin just didn't give it up and snuck in and siphoted it home from 7 yards out. They won't get a more simple finish this season. James Justin back on his feet. Just made his way over. Leeds are readying a substitute by the looks of things. I'll give you more on that when we get it. But James Justin looks like he is okay to come back on. Worked hard on that left-hand side. And was playing as a wing-back in this second half. Back underway there with Jaden Bogle's throw in towards Metcher. Lands at the feet of Calvert-Lewin and needs to have possession in the City half, but Roden does have to go back to his G-back. Perry all in orange. Looks to send that long. Two men to aim for now. And Calvert-Lewin does flick it on and doesn't allow Bogle to get it back in towards Calvert-Lewin. He's gone down in the box and it's fallen for Tanaka, who's put it wide. But the referee has given a penalty. Leeds have a penalty away at the Etihad. Dominic Calvert-Lewin got in behind his man and Guardiola's gone down with him, and the referee is judged to give that a penalty to Leeds. Guardiola goes into the book. And what an opportunity this is for Leeds. And looking at the replays, a very simple decision. Guardiola goes sliding in and takes out Calvert-Lewin before playing the ball. I'll be incredibly surprised if that gets overturned. Guardiola can always count himself lucky that that is only yellow. What an opportunity for Leeds United in this second half. Just waiting for VAR to confirm the penalty. Lucas Metcher is the man with the ball in his hand, but the ball is not on the spot yet. Diaz and Guardiola and Silva all surrounding the referee. The penalty has been given. So Leeds here on the 67th minute have a fantastic opportunity to put themselves level, which was a million miles away at half time. All credit to Daniel Farker. He's changed the shape and it's definitely worked. So Lucas Metcher with the opportunity to score in his third consecutive league game. Scored 4 of his last 5 penalties. Takes a couple of deep breaths as we wait for the referee's whistle. Here is the whistle. Metcher steps up, strikes at a save by Donnarumma, but then taps it on the rebound. Lucas Metcher equalises for Leeds United away at the EtihadStadium. It's Man City 2, Leeds 2. What a second half performance this has been from Leeds. The original penalty saved by Donnarumma down to his left, but he can only parry it straight back to the man. And Lucas Metcher scores his third goal in 3 games to take his tally to 4 for the season. The ex-Man City youth player did make a couple of first team appearances for Man City, but he celebrates with the Leeds fans at that end. The penalty wasn't a good one. It was a good save, but he can already push it back to the striker. And Leeds thoroughly deserve this. Man City 2, Leeds 2 at the Etihad. An incredible comeback. With plenty of time left in this game. Man City shell-shocked in this second half. Thoroughly deserved from Leeds United. All credit to them. There is a substitute going to happen. It is Gabriel Goodmanson is going to come on. I will confirm that, yes, he has come on for James Justin, who did go down that knock. So Goodmanson goes out to the left to replace James Justin. fantastic game of football here on Flash Score. Thank you for joining us. Man City in possession with Silva. He looks to put that ball in towards Haaland deep, but Rodon just marshals that out, and it'll be a goal kick. City going to have to inject some pace into this game now. So we'll just cut in on that right-hand side and put the ball too deep, went all the way through. So Gabriel Goodmanson replacing James Justin. With 20 minutes plus additional time left in this game. Sitting now with Doffy trying to break away. He's got space on the left-hand side. Bowles come over to try and slow him down again. Does really well to step across his man, and Doffy, clearly frustrated, takes Bowles to the ground, and that will be a free kick, and just allows Leeds to get themselves up the pitch again. I must say, Jayden Bowe was really stuck to that task incredibly well. Jeremy Doku being kept very quiet, along with Erling Haaland this afternoon. But Leeds know all too well that you give them a sniff and they'll take it. Here is Doku, just inside his own half, tries to find Haaland, but Pampadu steps in and steals that away, and goes past a couple of players before finding Bowler on the right-hand side. Bowler's ball has been cut out. Nito finds Doku, the little neat triangle, but Rodon steps in, and Leeds have it again with Tanafia out to Bowler on the right-hand side, just inside the City half. Mecha out on this right wing now, just forced to get back to Rodon. Rodon then goes back to Biol. Second half substitute, came on at half time. Back to Perry, then sends that forward looking to Calvert-Lewin. He's made a nuisance of himself, but City do win the second ball. Foden has it out on the right hand side. Foden forced to go back to Diaz. He goes back to Donnarumma. Leeds really pressing high now, putting Guardo under pressure, and they managed to win it back again in the City half. Pampadu on halfway. Finds Rodon, he's happy just to go back to Bial. He goes back to his keeper, and Leeds will just take their time. Keeper sends that long look in for Calvert-Lewin, but Riley steps in and wins that ball, and Gonzalez can play it right out to Bernardo Silva. He's going to come forward into Leeds half. Two players outside him. Bernardo Silva still allowed to go just to the edge of the area, then finds Foden. He's going to send that ball in towards Haaland. He gets there first. Not quite cleared by Leeds. He's still scrubbing around. Players go down. Nothing given. And then hacked away by Leeds. Erling Haaland had a little bit of a sniff there, but it just bounced around and Leeds managed to hack it away. I think it was Reinders that went down, but the referee didn't give anything. City coming back again with Foden. He sends it out left to Doku in plenty of space, just on the edge of the area, just preaching beside the area. He goes down the outside, plays that cross, and is hooked off the line by Leeds. Incredible stuff. Is out for a corner. Pascal Strauch nearly putting the ball in his own net. Dangerous opportunity. Doku just get into the byline and put that ball in left-footed, and the keeper didn't deal with it. Stralman sliced it clear, nearly going in over his own head. 90 flying for Leeds. Desperate defending, but manages to keep the ball out to the goal. City are fuming that the penalty wasn't given there, but didn't look like anything for me. If anything, it was a little bit soft. But as things stand, we have a corner to Man City. I think we are just having a VAR check here for that penalty. As we see it again, Haaland won the knockdown. It bounced off Beal, who then poked it Ampadu and then cleared it away. He did pick up riders on the follow-through. But it'd be incredibly harsh to me if that's going to be given. And it looks like we are going to get the corner. There is a substitute in the meantime for Man City. Reinders comes off. It's Ryan Cherky that comes on. So more a touching outlet from City as they look to try get themselves back in front. So Foden's going to put his corner in from the right-hand side. Be left-footed in swinging. It's flat, and Gudmundsson can only give it back to Foden, who sends that in left-footed. Half-footed away by Leeds, but Doku has it on the edge of the area. Goes back to Cherky, his first touch. Cherky still in possession. Looks to kick that ball in right-footed towards Guardiola. He does flick it on, but that'll be a goal kick for Leeds. Plenty of attacking options on the bench for Man City, if Pep Guardiola wants to use them. But currently, with 15 minutes plus additional time to go, Leeds' game plan in the second half has come up trumps for them. Man City 2, Leeds 2, 76 minutes gone. Man City's having a free kick in their own half with Guardiola, who then finds Nico O'Reilly, who can try and inject a bit of pace going forward, and finds Doku on the left-hand side. Doku again just not taking on Bogle anymore, just wants to chip that inside to Silva. And Man City now go out on the right-hand side. Carlo Silva's got Nunes outside and Foden. He uses Foden. He kicks that back to Cherky. Leeds players all over Man City at the moment, just fighting for every tackle. Cherky goes inside to Nico, who finds Foden, who plays a nice ball towards Cherky. He's gone past Stroud, but his touch is too heavy, and the keeper Perry goes lay on it. Good interplay for Man City there, but not able to get the shot on target as Perry goes long again towards Calvert-Lewin, but Diaz wins the header and it finds Silva, who can play out right towards Doku. Doku now on the left-hand side, just stops on the edge of the area. He goes back to O'Reilly. He's going to try and kick that in, but it's blocked by Ampadu. Takes the ball to the face, and the referee's going to stop play. What a powerful cross there. Ampadu jumps up to try and block it, but took it fully in the face. So, head injury. The referee does need to stop it. Sunderland have turned it around in the other game today. Sunderland front 2-0 down now, lead 3-2 at home to Bournemouth. And Brentford have just broken the deadlock. A Thiago penalty by the looks of things. So Brentford 1, Burnley 0. Michael puts Thiago 4 goals behind Erling Haaland, who hasn't really troubled Lucas Perry in the Leeds goal at all this afternoon. But 12 minutes plus additional time to go, as Leeds are readying another substitution. It's looking like Noah Okafor on the sidelines getting ready. Swiss international. We'll wait to see who he will replace, as the Leeds United physios are working on Ethan Ampadu. If not, they're going through concussion protocols. But Ampadu's caught to his feet. I think he looks like he should be okay. The Leeds captain, who's been great in that central midfield in the second half. his manager the thumbs up. No, he's very okay to continue. So we will restart with a uncontested drop ball, and Man City have it on halfway. Neto in central midfield, comes out left towards Doku, who looks to run at Dogle but goes back to Guardiola again, who plays a nice ball into Nico O'Reilly. Leeds defending their area well. Doku back out on the edge. Doku goes on the outside, puts that ball in. Good header away by Calvert-Lewin. It's not cleared yet. Foden goes back to Bernardo Silva. Out right to Nunez, who tries to play 1-2 with Cherky, but Cherky then spins and goes left and finds Foden. Danger not cleared yet. Nicho tips that ball towards the right for Nunez to play it off of Goodmanson, and that will be a corner, but the assistant referee is actually flagged for offside. So Mateus Nunes going too early, and Leeds will get to clear their lines. Into the 81st minute. It has been a great game. Man City 2, Leeds 2. Complete different second half to the first, as second goal scorer Lucas Mecha, he's going to make way for Noah before. Mecha getting the equaliser after he saw his penalty kick saved, but managing to tap in the rebounds. After Donnarumma, Doro to his left, but could already turn it out in front of him. 4 goals this season for Lucas Mecha, 3 in the last 3 games. Noah 4 comes on. 2 goals to hidden this season so far. Kiko Perry thumps that ball along, but it's going to come back towards halfway. Erling Haaland can't get it. It's recycled by Diop to his keeper. Again, smashes it long for Calvert-Lewin to win the first header, but the second ball is picked up by Man City, but Guardiola just plays it out on the right hand side. Man City all over the place in the second half. Man City had their opportunity to lay down a marker this weekend, with both Arsenal and Chelsea playing each other tomorrow, ahead of them in the table currently. But with 8 minutes plus additional time to go, they're being held here at home by Leeds, who are in the ascendancy. It's going to be a long throw for Ampadu on the left hand side. So it's 4-stepped and throws it in towards Biel. He's flicked it on, and it should find Tanaka on the edge of the area. He does well. It's going past O'Reilly on the far side, puts that ball into the box, and it's Haaland that heads it away. Man City try and hook it clear from Cherky, and I'm out of play. Leeds looking dangerous again from the set piece. Guardiola just walking up and down the touchline, trying to rally his troops. I mean, jets and pace into this game. Bogle is taking all this thing out of it, taking as long as he can to take his throw, and he comes up to halfway and throws down the line towards Calvert-Lewin. He flicks on before to chase. Cornell just steps across his man, and a fall. Stick with him. Made life difficult for him. Guardiola can only hook it up the line and Leeds back in position with Tanaka, and then Bogle on the right hand side. And Bogle does really well to win a corner of Nico O'Reilly. 83 minutes gone. Still 2-2. Leeds had behind the goal, sensing something in this second half. Leeds' first corner of the evening. It's Gruev is going to come over to take it. There'll be a left-footed in-swinger. Leeds have been a bit of a nuisance from set pieces so far. Roden and Stroud forward. Plenty of players in and around on Rimmer. As Gruev steps in, takes it, headed away by Haaland. Tanaka does well to get it back to Gruev, who had a second chance and blocked by Nunez. Will still be Leeds throw level with the edge of the area. Opportunity for Ampadu to put in one of those long throws. City clearly frustrated with how long they feel that Ethan Ampadu is taking as he tries the ball with his sleeves. Lots of Leeds bodies still forwards. Forward he comes, Ampadu then looks to throw that in towards the area, but first header is Man City. Ampadu gets it back on the right hand side. Duffy does well to steal it off him and trying to get your team up the pitch, but Dean's again win it back with Calvert-Lewin, who it's off of O'Reilly. Now be another throw in a dangerous area. Leeds eating up good minutes here. Ampadu goes through the process again, trying the ball with his shirt. Comes forward and tries to turn a bit deeper this time, but O'Reilly wins the header, and he has fired Ampadu and put it back into the box. And City do get it clear with Foden. Snafield can turn it back towards off before he finds Calvert-Lewin in the box. He looked a bit offside, and he was. 5 has done up. Found himself in plenty of space there, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but just going slightly too early. Wasn't expecting the ball to break for him. Leeds have been fantastic in the second half. Not long to go if they're going to hold on, and Dimmerson wins the ball high up again, and Gruev tries to flick it down the line towards Calvert-Lewin. He's got it by the byline. Calvert-Lewin pushes that ball in towards the box. Guardiola heads it away. Only as far as Gibbonson. He goes back to Ampadu, finds Calvert-Lewin in an offside position again. Just not getting back on side after breaking forwards. Real shame there for Leeds. Man City don't really get themselves in possession, and I think another Man City player has talked himself into the book. I finished Gianluigi Donnarumma, who incredibly has now been booked 4 times this season for a goalkeeper who didn't start the season with Man City. It's another booking for dissent. One more and he'll miss the game through suspension. But you can see City clearly rattled by the situation, how Leeds are playing, as Ayman Manouche is getting ready on the touchline. The ball is in play with Bernardo Silva just trying to go over halfway. He finds Foden. He scored that opening goal in the first minute of this game. He clips it left to Jeremy Doku. He's going to try and run at Bogle again. Foden just jockeying him, forcing him back to Guardiola. Second goal scorer of the afternoon. Guardiola goes to Silva, creeping towards the edge of the area, cuts back on his left foot. But then marshalled by Gruev. He has to go back to Foden. He's coming across to Guardiola. 25 yards from goal, finds Doku on the left-hand side, cuts back in, sends the ball in towards mine. He does get the header. There's a good save by Perry. Not a lot of power on it in the end. But Pascal's shot was stuck to his man there. Holland did get the header in front of him, but under a lot of pressure. Perry's goal kick goes all the way through to Donnarumma. 88 minutes gone. Man City 2, Leeds 2. And it's Bernardo Silva. He's going to make way. And Ayman Manouche, the Egyptian, yet to score this season, comes on to make his 8th appearance in this season's Premier League. These have got Brendan Aronson ready as well, but won't be coming on just yet. Guardiola looks to go long this time. Diol can clear that away, only as far as Nico O'Reilly. Goes back to Nico Gonzalez, who finds Nunez in space on the right hand side. He can come forward, chooses to go inside to Foden. Foden goes across to the left. He's now with Doku. Doku looks to come inside and plays out. It's a free header. It's a good save. Perry Darrow to his left. Get both hands on him, claiming it. Marmouche, who's just come on, just dosed it into the box. unmarked. Good ball in from Doku. And Marmoush would like to think he'd do much better if he had that again. It's on the right hand side, 10 yards from goal, and he's just headed it straight at Perry. You did well to handle it as we're coming towards 90 minutes. Cherky on the right. Goes back inside to Guardiola on the left. He finds Doku again. Doku going to run this time at Bogle, twisting and turning. Bogle does really well again with Tanaka doubling up on him, but Tanaka's giving it away to Cherky in the centre. Man City about 40 yards from goal, still in the Leeds half as the clock ticks over 90 minutes. Doku on the left hand side. We're going to have 10 additional minutes here. 10 additional minutes at the EtihadStadium. Doku on the left hand side goes inside towards Foden, comes back to Nico. Diaz goes wide to Menez. He comes forward towards the edge of the area, goes wide again towards Cherky. You cut to him on his left though, finds Foden in space. Foden going across goal, then shoots and scores. Phil Foden from the edge of the area. Magic feet. Cuts on the left hand side, and it almost looked like it was behind him. And he's smashed it into the bottom right hand corner. And the Leeds defenders look dejected. It's just as that 10 minutes went up. Phil Foden found a half a yard of space. And the England man finds the bottom right hand corner of Lucas Perry's goal. Foden's second goal of the afternoon. The 30th minute and the 90th minute. And is that the winner who gets all 3 points for Man City? Cherky just played in Foden, he went past 2 or 3 and he's smashed it into the corner for him. 18 yards. He needed a couple of Man City players to jump over it. Guardiola was one of them. And heartbreak for Leeds United, who have been absolutely fantastic in this second half. But Man City 3, Leeds 2 in the 91st minute. But we do have 10 additional minutes added on for Leeds to try and get their way back into this game once again. Goodmanson breaking forward on the left hand side. Nunez with him. Nunez just steps across him. But Goodmanson battling away down by the byline. Still has it in towards the area. Plays it across. Hand from Donnarumma. Cleared away by Nico. Leeds still in possession on the edge. Tanaka tries to flick it in, but goes all the way out for a goal kick. Goodmanson really battled away there. Didn't give up in front of those Leeds fans. Managed to go past 2 players. His left-footed cross nearly found Calvert-Lewin, but clawed away by Donnarumma. And it didn't quite fall for Bogeland. Calvert-Lewin in the box. And these have been good with their width in this second half. That change of shape at half-time. They certainly can be proud of this second half performance, as they have a throw-in just in front of Daniel Farke on this right-hand side. 93 minutes gone. One minimum of 10 additional minutes. Brendan Harrison has just been brought on for the last few moments. He's replaced Harold Tanaka. It's been good for Leeds in that midfield. So Leeds have it on the left-hand side again with Aronson. Aronson is just on out of play. So that'll be a throw into Man City. Have Man City got themselves out of jail with that Phil Foden goal? The second of the game, third of the season in the league. Portland Leeds took one final twist on this game. 94 minutes gone. We're into 10 added on as a minimum. Leeds have been in possession with Theo. Is going to send that long to Calvert-Lewin to chase in the left-hand channel. He's been clipped by Ruben Diaz. And that'll be a free kick for Leeds. In a very similar position to one earlier, which forced a really good opportunity. Ruben Diaz is kicking the heels of Calvert-Lewin. Now, I must say, has changed the game since he's come on about half time. So it's Gruev again. Will be left-footed. It's Neville with the edge of the area, but 2 yards in from the touchline. So it'll be left-footed with the swing away from the keeper. And he's throwing everyone forward. In that ball comes. And it's flicked on by Beal. And it's going to go wide. Opportunity for Man City just to reset here with the goal kick, and Donnarumma gives flat ball in from Gruev. His delivery has been good today. Beal managed to get the initial header, but has flicked it wide. That's Man City trying to use up a bit of time here, make a change. It's John Stones is going to come on to Jeremy Doku. Doku around a disappointing afternoon by his standards, but hats off to Jaden Bogle, who's kept it very quiet. John Stones is coming on to strengthen that back line for City. As Donnarumma sends that long out to the left, and Riley can't with his header, and Leeds do try and gamble forward, but Cherokee will have it on halfway. We've got a little bit scrappy, but Bowles now come away with it. He finds Ampadu. He goes to Roden, back to Beal, back to his keeper. 96 minutes gone into the additional 10 minutes as a minimum. Jay Reardon just sends it back to his keeper again. Leeds still trying to be patient, but they'll send that long towards Calvert-Lewin. Doesn't win his header, but set the ball forwards to Aronson. Aronson tries to find Ampadu, but it's hacked away by Leeds. It's broken to Bogle. Bogle plays the ball into towards Okafor. It's gone all the way through to Goodmanson. He's gone down, but the referee waves that away. I think Goodmanson knew his touch was too heavy and just tried to buy a penalty, and now City find themselves with a free kick on halfway as Haaland goes down. He's clipped Mamouche away. And Mamouche has had that ball stolen off him by Roden. You felt the City would have just tried to kill the game there, but they took it early. Leeds go long looking for Calvert-Lewin, but that's going to bounce all the way through to Donnarumma. 97 minutes gone. As we just see that opportunity again. Goodmanson just chopped inside Nunes, that wasn't going to pick up the second ball. Very soft if that one was given. City trying to go forward with Haaland, but his evening isn't doing much better than it has been all day, really. He loses out to Roden, who plays Aronson away on the right hand side. Leads into the City half now and tries to play that ball across. It's blocked by Nico O'Reilly, and that'll be a throw-in. Neville with the edge of the area, which Ampadu sprints over to take, calling everyone forward. 2 minutes of the additional time left as a minimum, but still Foden's 91st minute goal. Obviously we're adding on a little bit of time there. Ampadu steps forward, sends that in long towards Calvert-Lewin, with the first header is Man City and is cleared away. Cherokee brings it down and will try and get City up the pitch towards halfway. He goes past Aronson, has Nunes in support. Nunes now on the far side, just puts his foot on the ball and goes back to Foden. He goes back to Diaz. City just killing time now, all the way back to Donnarumma, who finds Guardiola. He's back to his keeper, plays a nice 1-2. Guardiola now green out the pitch. He goes long looking for Marmouche. That's too much on that. It's going to go through to Perry, who clips that nicely to Jay Roden as the clock ticks on to 99 minutes. Moden goes forward for Harrison to chase, but Guardiola just knocks that back to his keeper, who then finds Nico O'Reilly, who very calmly plays it off for Jada Bogle to win himself a throw in. Nico O'Reilly having a very impressive season for Man City. Obviously got himself England call up, and looking to get himself into that World Cup squad for the summer. Throw in taken short, and Man City just pump it long. That's going to bounce through to Perry. 99.5 minutes gone. We're into 10 added on as Perry tries to lump it long, but it's going to go all the way through to Donnarumma, which is he used all of his experience as the clock ticks onto 100 minutes. So we're into additional time of the additional time. Donnarumma thumps that Lorme into the night sky, bouncing around, and again hooked forward by Man City, who win themselves a free kick. And you've got to think they're nearly there now. Phil Foden's 91st minute goal. Looks like he's going to be the winner. But hats off to Leeds in this second half. They really made a game of it, and will count themselves incredibly unfortunate if they don't come away with the point here. Ruben Diaz has the ball, and he's going to clip that long. Looking towards Haaland, who gives away a free kick in the left back position. Too strong. His challenge on Gudmundsson. Perry sprints out and rolls out to take it. Shepherd everyone forward for Leeds. Is there one final opportunity here? As the clock ticks until 101 minutes. And that is the final whistle here at the EtihadStadium. Daniel Farke and Pep Guardiola give a warm embrace on the touchline. A fantastic game of football here, which saw us have 5 goals, but Man City come out the victors. 2 Phil Foden goals, 1 on 60 seconds, and the second one, his winner in the 91st minute, just as 10 additional minutes went up on the board. Made it 3-2 to Man City, but Dominic Calvert-Lewin came on at half-time, got himself on the score sheet in the 49th minute. He then, after a brilliant run and shot back, won himself a penalty in the 68th minute, which Lucas Mecha stepped up to take. Saw his initial penalty saved by Gianluigi Donnarumma, but Mecha was there for the rebound to score against his former side to make it 2-2. And Leeds really battled away, and they gave themselves a few good half chances and kept Man City quiet. But it wasn't until the 91st minute where a little bit of magic from Phil Foden to step it inside on his left foot and curling it around the defence into the bottom right hand corner. Perry stretched at full, couldn't keep it out, and that gives the 3 points to Man City. Thank you very much for joining us on Flash Score. My name is Nat Roberts, and I will see. like a plank. It's a lot of the other way to do it from you. I'm very bad. I'm doing like rather bit during that. And I not doing my at all. And no one from that door in like that. Portal kills me on maybe. And think rather know him. One thing, I like it. And I think and see it by all this. And then, you know, there, and they don't there. Well, I don't like the whole thing. Like honey, you know, and you know, and think of like that, I don't know, and these on him, how I anyway, yeah, hey, well, thankfully, no, I don't know, and I do it. Even beyond that, I think that they like, you know, I like that one. More like it, and if I'm not, I'm influenced in the whole thing, but I want it. My life is really growth and what I'm better. And then the